Welcome back all to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries plays The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on the Xbox 360. Let the pantsing begin.
Alright, so how many potions of strong sorcery did you need to actually duplicate in order to do the mass execution?
About 100.
Okay.
At a time is what I mean to say, because as we consume potions of sorcery, touching people with our fiery fingers of death, then we consume potions of sorcery that based on a supply that eventually must be replenished. As much as it's fun to steal the pants off of these corpses as we send them hurtling to the ground with our mastery of destruction powers, we also have to take care not to overextend and use every last one of the potions, because if you exhaust all of your potions, you're going to find yourself in quite a pickle.
Right.
You can't really go to shops anymore, not when your bounty is this high and the guards are constantly coming after you, because the guards operate in places where the market is. If they're in the market, they're going to come pursuing you. If you're under pursuit, then nobody wants to have anything to do with you. If nobody wants to have anything to do with you, you can't buy potions of sorcery anymore. So you must rely on your present inventory, or you are not going to be able to function.
Right.
And as long as you have at least one potion of sorcery in your inventory, you can duplicate that one potion of sorcery, but you cannot duplicate a zero amount of an item.
Right. Because 0 times 2 is still 0.
Because anything times 0 is 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually called us a house cat. Huh.
Yeah, they do that. They're rather racist even before racism picked up in Skyrim. If you're any of the races like wood elves or the Khajiit, or orcs, then yeah, people are going to say nasty things to you just on that basis. Well, what's everybody looking at? Do I got something on my butt?
I mean, technically you do, it's your tail, but...
There's an arrow in your butt! Yeah, it's also in my hip, and my knee, and my chest, and my spleen, and my intestines.
That is a lot of places for an arrow to be, Mr. Cloud.
And now those arrows came off my body and are just floating in midair for no apparent reason.
So what does trigger that?
No clue.
I think
actually what happens
by the loading zone, isn't it?
Probably, because that did not happen until after I loaded the inside of the shop. Then all the arrows that were sticking out of me came off, and they became like a chandelier or something. I don't know, man. The bottom line is the world of Oblivion is breaking down as we speak. As we kill these characters, you are permanently disabling portions of the game that otherwise would be accessible. You can't talk to these characters, you can't persuade these characters, you can't hear rumors from these characters, you can't trade with them. You can loot their corpses, but that's it. They stop being characters, and they stop animating the world of Oblivion.
Alright, so what key quest is Carrie is part of?
I think Karis is just, like, I don't know, like the sheriff. You know, there's got to be at least one sheriff. He can have deputies, but there will always be a sheriff. Yeah, and just take care not to get too tied up with these essential characters, because they'll just keep coming back for more.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we cannot use our burning hand spell in order to set the shrubberies on fire.
No, you can't set shrubberies on fire. You can't light torch sconces. I mean, that would be cool, but that would force the game to go outside of its already expansive and inclusive degree of sophistication as far as like what you can do.
Hey, your security skill increased.
Yay. Because breaking lockpicks is still productive. It means that you tried. What'd you say about psychopath?
No. We're not a psychopath. We're a master of destruction.
We're just a psychopath that happens to be a master of destruction. My nemesis.
Alright, so... is there a reason why you keep bothering to actually fight Carius?
Well, because I love fighting people. That's the whole point, is at least they don't just lay down and die. These guys are going to put up a fight. Otherwise, it wouldn't be quite as much fun.
But he just goes back to unconsciousness, and for some reason you're not looting his sword.
You can't loot corpses on essential characters because they never die. Like, okay, you could pay... Jesus Christ, you're like Jack from Resident Evil 7, dude. So you can pickpocket like gold or keys or books, like things that they have in their pockets, but you can't take the pockets themselves.
Honestly, I find that to be very suspect because he's wearing a standard Bruma uniform. So it's not the uniform itself that's the problem here. It's the fact that he owns it. That's the issue.
Well, that he's still wearing it. You see, if he was dead, he would not be able to resist. But he's not dead. He's just unconscious, just like that guy. All we did was just knock him unconscious.
So Cyric's actually tied to the main Oblivion quest line, right?
He might be. Honestly, he might be, because you do eventually have to come to Bruma in order to... Hello there, Jack. You do eventually have to come to Bruma in order to let the the forces of Oblivion open a master gate so that you can go inside and get a master anchor stone, a sigil stone, I should say. I think it's called a great sigil stone.
Yeah, I think it's the great sigil stone.
It's wicked, epic, and awesome, and there's a siege engine, and it's also one of the few instances of the game when you have a time constraint. If you take too long to finish the siege on Bruma, then the game ends and you have to start from the latest save point. I think they also disable you saving.
You're given multiple in-game days for that time constraint, though, right?
No, you literally have like 15 minutes from the time when you enter the Oblivion Gate. You also can't save the game once you enter that stage of the game.
Okay.
I'm glad they did that, because if you put yourself in an unwinnable situation and it's your only remaining save file, now you have a broken save file on your hands.
Now, it's been more than a year since I did my low level of Oblivion. I don't actually remember the Siege of Bruma.
Maybe because you never made it to the Siege of Bruma?
No, I made it to credits for Oblivion. I very specifically did a low-level main quest run.
Oh, man, it's so much peaceful once you guys just, get with the program here. Huh? Never! You can't stop me!
We're even going to execute the prisoners? Oh, no, we're executing the barracks. Okay.
It's funny. There are no prisoners in this prison. I guess the crime rate must be that low. Unemployment is at an all-time low. People are productive, happy. They're baking bread. They come to work. They dress. They shower. They even remember to bring lunch with them. They sharpen their swords. They tip their arrows in silver, and they come and try to stop the evil one from destroying everything that they hold dear. I know Bird is a main part of the siege on Bruma. I think he's one of many characters who appear in order to support Bruma. I think because that's part of the main quest too. You have to go to the count of every single town and say Bruma needs help, and say okay, we'll send help, and you have to go to every single one, then come to Bruma. You got all your buddies with you, and it's wicked awesome and epic. And also probably one of the reasons why you don't remember that portion of the game, Mr. Greta, is because the siege on Bruma is literally like one of the last parts of the main quest.
Okay.
Because you need the Great Sigil Stone in order to open Mankar Cameron's Gate to Paradise, and Paradise is like the second to last segment of the game. The final segment of the game is when Mehrunes Dagon himself descends upon the Imperial City, and you have to go to the Temple of Akatosh with Brother Martin in order to save the world before the world ends.
By having Brother Akatosh become the Akatosh the Avatar.
The Avatar of Akatosh, exactly. So you remember your Oblivion lore quite well, Mr.
No. I remember the very end of the game very well because it's actually one of the very few actual cutscenes that the game has, when Akatosh shows up in order to do battle with the final demon.
That's the best you can do.
Yeah. It's just too bad that even as powerful as we are with a level 1 killing machine like what we have here is you can't really affect Mehrunes Dagon himself. He's a character in the game. He can deal damage to you. I'm pretty sure you can't deal damage to him in return, because that would be a source of what some game theorists would call narrative dissonance.
Past Cloud, you've already killed this person 3 times. You don't need to kill Talgun again.
Why won't you die? Anyway, now that we've cleared out the castle, there are a couple other spots in Bruma that we still have to hit. Really, it's like a checklist, alright? Did you hit the chapel? Check. Did you hit the castle? Check. How about the Mages Guild?
Well, we've not done anything in the Market District either.
Oh, you got some fight in you, don't you? Come on, put him up, put him up. Oh my god, it's him again. This time, do me a favor and stay dead.
No.
Oh, you can't get away from me that easily.
Go away.
No. I'm here. I'm
go.
loud, I'm proud, and now you're naked. My scheme is coming together. No, stay away. I've had enough of you. Alright, he'll be back. They always come back. Everybody,
I noticed
everybody
that you're
taking
not
a nap?
actually bothering to go through the process of declothing all the guards.
Well, this was a part of the playthrough when I realized, like, I get it. The guards are typically carrying swords, sometimes great swords, bows, armor. And then, when I loot their corpses, now I have to take an extra step to drop all the shit that I just picked up because they're carrying heavy gear.
Right.
It's just, you know, let's not go crazy here. Like, okay, it's funny to take the pants off of people. It's funny to see the same person come after you again and again and again, like a running gag in a sitcom. But in the physical process of recording a playthrough quite as ridiculous at this, I had to make some. I had to take some creative license, let's say, as far as the content that I was going to show and what I'm just going to leave alone. Now, going up to the innkeeper and immolating him to death just so I could steal his clothes, yeah, that is definitely part and parcel of what we're here to accomplish. Call me the Underwear Bandit.
Alright, so, where to next?
No, wait, a little further. There it is. There's the room. It's because just because we're trying to destroy the game doesn't mean that we can't still do the things that the game lets us do, like setting markers in case you're not sure where the fucking front door is and you just want to find this one place. Yes, set a marker on it. That's using your Oblivion.
So, what is the enchantment that she's casting on herself there?
It looked like a form of camouflage, actually. Alright, now you just sit down and think about what you've done.
Hey, Curious.
Yep, he's back. Welcome to the family, son.
Such violence.
Oh, that's right. We can't take out Jaskar either because he is important for the latter portion of the Mages Guild quest line. He's the guy. He is the, because he has a knack for becoming invisible and able to hide anytime and anywhere he wants. When Metamarco, the King of Worms, comes through and destroys the Bruma Mages Guild, he's the sole survivor and also the only witness to what happened. And in the next part, we're going to Cheydinhal.
Be safe, everybody.